But questions have been raised about whether some job centre staff have been too quick to issue sanctions. The DWP have consistently said they are a last resort, used only when claimants don't do enough to find work. They insist there are no targets for sanctions, but not everyone agrees with that. We tracked down two former employees of a job centre in Leicester. Until last year, Ian Wright was a work coach. Alan Davis was employed as a personal advisor until 2013. Both men had key roles in the sanctions process. They set tasks for claimants, which, if they failed to complete, would result in a sanction. Both men say they were disciplined for not referring enough people for sanctions. Ian was sacked.
It was the management's policy to drive up sanctions. From my experience, they're more interested in getting the paperwork right than meeting targets, than helping the claimants get the benefits that Parliament decree they should do. And sometimes, sadly, vulnerable people miss out.
Is there a sense in which people are being set up to fail?
I have known of cases. It's not as prevalent, I wouldn't call it prevalent, but there are, or were, certain advisors who would try and wind up customers, not give them the full information.
The pressure was enormous. I just felt that what they were asking me to do was totally wrong. They were asking me to hammer people who were quite, in their own way, doing the best they can to get a job.
Hammer people?
Well, to sanction them. To make sure the fact, you know, if you're not doing exactly what we want, they weren't willing to look at them as human beings.
Both men said most of their colleagues were decent, honest professionals. When Alan returned from sick leave, he says he was put on notice for failing to initiate enough sanctions.
I came back full-time, and within a week I had a PIP, a personal improvement plan, for doing more sanctions, because I felt that basically it was both ethically and morally wrong. And within 1 week, there's one PIP.
So you were disciplined?
I was disciplined, basically, yes.
You've fallen out with management, you've been disciplined. Have you just got an axe to grind?
I've got no axe to grind. I loved the job. I worked with 18 to 24-year-olds. They were great people to work with. They really were. Most of them were really committed to getting themselves into work. They wanted to work.
According to the Public and Commercial Services Union, Ian and Alan are not alone. They claim job centre staff throughout the UK are being pressurised by management to hit sanction targets. The union submitted several emails to the parliamentary inquiry to back up these allegations.
If all of your customers are meeting
I really can't believe that's 7 referrals.
Then challenge them.
One email suggested there was an 80% target for sanction referrals.
1st July 2013, we have both agreed a target of raising the adverse decision rate to 80%, getting 4 out of 5 referrals to decision makers correct.